Murray State football landing in SportsCenter's top 10 a few weeks ago. Welcome everyone to Hoof Beats. I'm Steve Peak.
And I'm JT Huskowski, and today we talk about how Murray State broke the modern-day scoring record versus Campbellsville and why it was senior day on the first game of the season.
We'll also pay our respects to Murray State legend Howie Crittenden, and later in the show we'll give you our prediction for tomorrow's tough matchup with Missouri State.
All of that and more on Hoof Beats right now.
Of all the teams Murray State has to play this year, Campbellsville was one of them. The Tigers, who finished 3-8 a season ago, didn't put up much of a fight as the Racers had their way with them on Saturday. JT, what were your thoughts?
Steve, like you said, it is what it is. It was a money game, and they got paid to get beat. And we have a lot of highlights to show for it.
Absolutely.
Let's get to the highlights.
Number 39, Blake Salter.
Of course, it was senior day, and we have Dwayne Brady scampering in for a 1-yard touchdown to make it 7-0 Racers.
Then it was Walter Powell. After a couple Racer drives stalled and it looked a little shaky on offense, Racers come right back. Mikael Miller finds Walter Powell, who goes 30 yards into the end zone. 14-0 Racers out of the gate.
And of course, you know, the saying is one man's trash is another man's come up. And as the quarterback of Campbellsville was being rushed, he just heaves it up. Darrell Smith picks it off, takes it 17 yards to make it Murray State 21-0.
The transfer from Arkansas getting in on the action. Then now it's Jamal Berry, another transfer from Ohio State, breaking a few tackles. A 24-yard touchdown run for Berry. It's 34-0 Murray State.
And the mainstay of the seniors, Dwayne Brady, takes it 54 yards to make it 48-0 Murray State Racers.
And Walter Powell getting his second touchdown of the game. We're still in the first half, by the way, and it's 55-0, 8:38 to play in the first half.
Yep, and again, putting more points on the board. Dwayne Superman Brady takes a 9-yard touchdown run, 62-0. Still in the first half, Steve.
Still in the first half. Murray State would tack on a few more points. 83 points, JT. What do you think about that?
Steve, it was speed. It was speed. Speed kills in football, and it really showed with our running backs. It was amazing to see the skill level difference from an NAIA school to an NCAA school. It was amazing. I mean, Jamal Berry is a Big Ten running back. He's here, which is great for us, but our speed totally took over the game. It's plain and simple.
Yeah, definitely. 637 total yards of offense. Mikael Miller, you talk about speed. Mikael Miller has speed, and he can throw the ball. 3 touchdown passes for him, and a touchdown for Parks Frazier. Parks Frazier getting some action, do a touchdown pass. What do you think about that?
You know, to me, he was really Joe Cool of the whole entire camp. And I feel like maybe he got a little snubbed in the whole quarterback race, but he's a great character guy, and he's been playing really well whenever he's came in. And I'm really glad for him to get a touchdown. I mean, it really boosts your morale regardless of who you are.
Yeah, you still have Katie Humphreys there, and then Parks Frazier. These are guys that are going to battle for the quarterback position next year, so it's nice to see Frazier get in there and throw a touchdown pass. Now, there were some people saying via the internet, that, which is always a great source, that this game shouldn't have been played, and I couldn't disagree anymore. If you don't play this game, you only play 11 games. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to add another game and to boost the confidence of your players, score 83 points, and have the crowd oohing on like, oh my gosh, we scored 83 points. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, because offense fills the seats. Everybody knows that. When you have a good offense, it fills the seats. And defense wins the championships. And I still want to say maybe the verdict for our defense is out. They are much better than last year, but it's really going to come down for the whole entire season to our quarterback play of how far we go. But like I said, offense fills the seats, and we had a lot of highlights this week.
We did, and like you said, offense filling the seats. There's people around town, people who aren't regular Murray State football fans, students who may have seen their first home game, and they go, wow, we got a good football team. We put up 83 points. Now, I understand, it's a weaker opponent, like you mentioned, it's NAIA, but it's a college football team, and you scored 83 points against a college football team. I think what that does, it's good for publicity when people are watching SportsCenter across the country, and they see that score come up on their bottom line. It says Murray State 83,
I guarantee I guarantee they Google Murray State.
I guarantee it. They see, like, how did they score 83 points? I guarantee it. They looked it up. They looked the stats up. Now you got guys getting exposure from other fans. You got people are going to know, maybe recognize Walter Powell's name, Mikael Miller's name. I totally agree with this game. So to say that the game shouldn't have been played because of a blowout, an imminent blowout, we went to Florida State last year. We knew what was going to happen.
Destroyed.
We went to Missouri this year, and we hung in there for a little bit, but we knew what was going to happen.
But that's the thing. That's how these teams boost up their players' confidence. They pay for us to come there and beat the punching bag.
Yeah, and then it's run my money a little bit. 6-minute fourth quarter. Wow, 6 minutes. They had to shorten it to 6 minutes because we might have reached the century mark.
I really wish we'd have reached the century mark. That would have been that'd have been monumentous. But
Definitely.
But it's kind of sad they didn't put it to 6 minutes.
Yeah, maybe, but it would have been neat. When we come back, we'll look at intramural softball. We got Jamal out in the intramural fields to talk with some of the players.
You ever walk around campus and you see an athlete and you're wondering, I bet I could do that. Well, Murray State, we give you an opportunity. It's called intramural sports. First off, we're going to check out intramural softball. I'm here in Central Park on a perfect night where it's time for softball. As you can tell, we take our softball very seriously. We are here with the very stylish Jeremy Brown. Jeremy, why did you decide to come out and watch softball tonight?
I mean, first of all, it's my home team playing. It's Franktown. Like, that's where it's at. My boys are doing great out here. Franktown is where it's at, so I had to come and show them support and a lot of love.
Okay. Well, I'm a hard college boy myself, but he said Franktown is doing the business right now. But anyway, how you enjoying the festivities so far?
So far, it's great. I mean, like, we're scoring all kind of points right now. My boys are looking great out here. So I'm just enjoying the little chill weather and watching my boys play.
Okay. And from the fans that are very camera shy, to my left, they said the Terps are baller. It's good fun. Everybody's having a good time. This is how Murray State does it. We're here with Connor McLeod. Even though the game is going on right now, his manager forgot to pencil him in tonight. So, how's it feel to be the #1 cheerleader tonight?
I feel betrayed. I mean, I actually got dragged into playing softball like 2 days ago. The captain came up to me and was like, "We need more people on the team. Sign up." So I signed up, and he didn't add me. So, you know, I'm a little betrayed. Well, let's see. Today I walked by Captain's room. I said, "Hey, Captain." Not really. I used his name, but I won't say his name on camera. But I said, "Hey, Captain, I'm going to sign up for the team. Make sure you accept me." He didn't accept me. I'm not playing.
That was pretty sick.
And this is Jamal Gardner, and this is
Hoof Beats.
Recently, Murray State lost a basketball legend. In this next piece, our very own John Black honors Howie Crittenden and his time here at Murray State.
August 30th, 2013 marks a day of sorrow for the Murray State basketball program as one of its all-time greats passed at the age of 80. Howie Crittenden played for Murray State from 1953 to 1956, where he became the first player in the school's history to reach the 2,000-point mark, and his 2019 career points stood as a school record for over 30 years, until Jeff Martin surpassed it in 1988. And oh yeah, Howie Crittenden didn't have the luxury of a three-point shot. But Howie was a legend before he ever arrived at Murray State. He led his Cuba High School Cubs to one of the greatest upsets in high school basketball history, beating Louisville Manual in the 1952 Kentucky State Championship game. The David versus Goliath match even inspired a novel and landed him in the Kentucky High School Basketball Hall of Fame. After his time at Murray State, he was drafted to the New York Knicks, but declined to play for the Peoria Caterpillars, an AAU Industrial League team. Crittenden received honors as an AAU All-American 3 out of the 4 years that he played. In 1970, Howie was inducted into the Murray State Athletic Hall of Fame. He will be remembered as one of the all-time greats this school will ever see. Howie Crittenden, you will be missed.
This 6'5", 180-pound Alabama native was a 2-star athlete in high school and luckily found his way to Murray State. His name is Jeffrey Moss, and this is his racer profile.
Top of the key, handed by his man, rolls into the corner, catch and shoot 3 by Moss, and it's good.
My name is Jeffrey Moss, and this is my racer profile.
Out top, it's Cannon. 2-point lead on the wing, catch and shoot 3. Moss hit another one.
I started playing basketball when I was 5 years old in the city rec league, and I also played it in the front yard with my friends. In high school, I played 2 sports. I played football and basketball. I got honorable mention for Class 6A in football. I also set like the single season touchdown passing record in a single season. And in basketball, I was All-State, and I won MVP in a city All-Star game. My personal favorite nickname would happen to be Moss the Boss. I actually got it playing football. Had a good game and was walking through the hallway, and like one of my friends was like, "Hey, you're a boss at football," so that's where he got Moss the Boss from. I chose basketball over football because I felt like I had a better opportunity and I was getting better looks in basketball than in football. So I just picked basketball.
I hope to bring a winner, a hard worker. I mean, Coach Prone, the head coach there, he really likes me. He told me I could do a lot of big things there. So I'm just looking forward to it.
I felt my first season as a racer was great. I mean, it's always been my dream to play college basketball, and to actually play a lot of minutes as a freshman was really good, and I had a lot of fun doing it. My most memorable game, well, actually I had 2. The exhibition game against Freed Hartman, my first game, and against South Dakota State and for Bracket Busters. The feeling playing against South Dakota State, it was great. I mean, it was a lot of people in the gym. It was on TV. I felt like I played really good. Coach told me I played real good. And there was a lot of people back home that were watching the game. And I got a lot of phone calls from them after the game telling me how great I played. My most memorable play as a racer was my freshman year against South Dakota State when I hit the buzzer beater to beat the shot clock. I just remember Isaiah was stuck and had nobody to pass it to, and I was the closest one, and he passed it to me, and I just kind of heaved it up, and luckily it went in. The community, they mean a lot to me. I mean, it's just my second year here, but they treat me like I was born and raised here, and they show me a lot of love. They treat my family well when they come up here, and I'm thankful for them. My expectations life at the Murray State would be, graduate, get a degree, but hopefully I just plan to take my game in basketball to the next level and go make some money somewhere.
When the schedule was released, some of us were scratching our heads as to why Senior Day was set to be on the home opener versus Campbellsville. On this week's Tales from the Tailgate, we asked some Racer fans what they thought about it and got inside information from a well-known Racer football fan.
It's the first home game of the season, and it's Senior Day. Yes, Senior Day on the very first home game of the season. Good tailgater brewing here about an hour and a half before kickoff, so let's go talk to some fans about what they think about switching things up this season. Did you know today was Senior Day?
No, I should not, unfortunately.
You know today was Senior Day.
Actually, I didn't. That's kind of odd. Like the first game of the season, you never really expect it to be senior day.
Today is senior day. Did you know that?
I did not.
Have you ever heard of a team doing that, having senior day on the very first home game?
No, I have not, but you know what? I really do like that they're doing that here at the beginning of the season, really appreciating those seniors and all that hard work they've done all the way through their college career and everything.
But now that you know, you can celebrate like it's senior day now.
Absolutely. I heard it was senior day. I get all my brothers out here. We set up a tent, which is kind of weird, but no, we set up a tent. We're having a good time. So yeah, absolutely. Out here sporting the racers, sporting racer colors.
Why not the last game?
Well, because I want this. If I was a senior, I mean, I want to build up that hype here at the beginning of the season, get a little momentum, build up throughout the rest of the season and everything.
That's good. I like that. I never thought about that. That's pretty good. I like it. What are your thoughts about senior day being on the first game of the season?
I think it's a great idea. Coach Hatcher's been talking about wanting to get a good, home field advantage for, ever since he's been here. And so to have, this atmosphere is great, especially to kick off the season.
Why senior day on the first game of the season?
Well, I think it's because a couple of years ago we played at Kent State, and it was the first game of the year at Kent State, and they had senior day that day. Coach Hatcher saw it, took note of it, said, big crowd, good enthusiasm, and of course, traditionally here at Murray State, the crowds thin out as the season goes on. Really doesn't matter how well the team's doing or not doing. And so he put that one in his little notebook there and said, well, it might be a good thing to do. And so here we are on the opening night of the season and having senior night here, and there'll be a great crowd, great enthusiasm.
Or is Tab Brogman with the inside information? Thank you, Tab.
From Millersville, Tennessee, number 72, Casey Duncan, son of Chris and Kathy Duncan.
Well, whether it's the last game of the season or the first game of the season, there is a good crowd on hand today to celebrate and honor these seniors on Senior Day as we officially kick off another year of football here in Murray, Kentucky. For Hoof Beats, I'm Steve Peak. Next week is Family Weekend, which always seems to bring out a really good crowd to Roy Stewart Stadium, and the Racers will need some of that home field advantage as they take on the Bears of Missouri State, a team the Racers needed to come from behind to beat in Springfield last season. So it should be a good game. Guys, what are your thoughts?
Steve, I'm really worried about their defense. They played Iowa and they played Northwestern State, and both are formidable opponents, and both teams for both games they've held the teams under 30 points, and that speaks a lot about a defense. And we can't say the same about our defense because they allowed 56 against Missouri?
58.
Well, you could be worried about their defense all you want. I'm not worried about their offense because they have no offense. 15.5 points a game. I don't have to say anything else after that.
But Jamal, our defense is suspect itself, so you got to worry about that.
Well, yeah, but we scored more points in the first quarter than they have the 2 games that they played.
But it was an NAIA school, and me and you could go out there and beat them. Let's be real.
True.
You're center and quarterback.
Okay. All right, cool. Or offensive tackle.
Well, last week against Iowa, they had 197 total yards and 127 through the air. The rushing game really been a problem. But we talk about their offense. They have a spread offense, just like Murray State. They also run a 3-4 defense, just like Murray State. JT, what are your thoughts on that?
I really do believe the hatch attack's different. It's not your typical spread offense.
Right.
And they have film on us. They've seen all the gadgets we have just about, the Mikhail Miller pass we had this past week, or 2 weeks ago, at Missouri, that made ESPN top 10. It was, that's a gadget play. And they haven't seen our whole offense, and their defense isn't ready for our offense. And I really think that's where we get the upper hand on them.
I'm just going to say that we're going to put up points. Even though Missouri State has given us problems in earlier games, I still think our offense is going to pull through, and we're going to beat their defense quite, I think, easier than what people think.
And I'm going to say something right now. The verdict's still out of Mikhail Miller, and I really think this is either going to be the game or it makes or breaks him, because this is a team with a good defense, like we've stated, and if he does come out and show out and puts up 56 points again and uses his legs to his advantage, moving the pocket around, I really think this will show that he could possibly be the OVC Player of the Year.
I agree with that.
This is the first real test for Murray State. The first game would be a money game at Missouri, and then the next one against Campbellsville. So this is the first real test. Guys, right now we're 2-0, but those were 2 easy games. This one's a little bit tougher. What's going to happen? Score prediction starting with JT.
Steve, I really think we're going to win. And I really think Mikael Miller's finally going to have his breakout game where everyone's going to be like, this guy is from the SEC. Oh, my gosh. Ole Miss, Mikael Miller. 56-14.
Wow. Whew. I say a little closer. I thought, because you said that it was going to be, defensive battle or whatever, I thought it was going to be a smaller score, but I'm going to go ahead and say 41-14. I think we'll pull through at the end. We're just going to pull away. It's going to be a nice victory.
Yeah, JT threw us off there. He's talking about their defense, but having a lot of confidence in our offense.
Like I said, Mikael Miller, this is a game that's going to make him come out and show that he's going to be the OVC Player of the Year.
I definitely agree. I think this is another big game for Murray State, and I see them winning 44-17. And that's all the time we have this week for Hoof Beats. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll see you next time.